is here. It's finally here. It's finally here. Finally got it. Only been waiting for this forever. I've literally been waiting for this gimbal for so long. I used the Ronin M for the longest time. Oh, they made so many upgrades. This is gonna make such a difference. So today's video, we're talking about this bad boy. We're gonna unbox it. I think I should probably make 2 videos out of this because there's just too much to talk about. Let's go upstairs. Okay, so yeah, the first part of this video I think will be just like showing you what's in the box and what you get with it. And the second part will be probably more like using it and showing you the actual specifics of it because it is so awesome. Okay. Oh, hey.
Oh, hi.
What's up? Yo, have you seen this?
Is that what I think it is?
That's what I think it is. Oh, just feel it. Just feel it. Just touch it.
Can I open it now?
No, you can't open it. And no, you cannot take it to the Yukon. It is staying right here. Okay. Can I film? I'm gonna film for like 10 minutes. You good for that? Okay, let's turn the lights and talk about the Ronin App. What's up everybody, Peter McKinnon here and welcome back to another video. Today we are taking the first look, we're diving inside the box, a little unbox action of the new DJI Ronin-S. And ooh, I'm so pumped for this. I've been waiting for this to come forever. It finally came to the door, opened it up, give it to me. Yeah, that's kind of today's video. I'm gonna split it into like 2 parts because I kind of want to go over the contents, what you get, the new features, some of that stuff, and then part 2 will be like in the field, using it and all that good stuff. So with that being said, intro. No more B-roll, just roll the intro. Like we'll get to, like, come on Pete, let's go. Ugh, classic. All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm super excited to be able to show you guys the new Ronin-S. And ooh, what a tool this is. So many improvements from the old Ronin. And if any of you guys were using the Ronin M or have seen the Ronin M in other videos, in my videos, you will know that they have tweaked pretty much everything. So let's start with what's changed. Now, the old Ronin M looked something like this. You needed the stand. That stand had to be put together. You need to set it down on the ground, then you need to put the gimbal together using all these different parts. Then you would hang that gimbal on the stand and it looked like this when it was a finished product. Now, the downside to that is you'd have to carry both the stand while you're walking around the city and you'd have to carry the gimbal. And the gimbal didn't come in a case, so I actually used this weird kind of side bag. Hang on. This is the bag I actually used to keep my gimbal in, so I could just kind of sling it over like this, just walk around the city, you know, snapping pics. Oh, let me grab my gimbal. The thing is, it just kind of stuffed it in this bag, and then you had to put like the handle on top, and then the arms, and it just became like this beast. Now, it's still pretty small considering some other gimbals on the market. But I mean, that was my setup and that's what I rocked for the longest time. I remember jamming this into the front trunk of a Porsche while we drove through the Swiss Alps. It wasn't the easiest thing to manage for space when, you know, you're ripping a sports car through the mountains. So, but we made it work. So being able to actually carry a gimbal with you when you travel, no matter where you're going, if you're going overseas, if you're just going away for the cottage, if you're just going downtown day to day, anything like that, no matter what you're filming, being able to transport your gear efficiently is a big deal. And the heavier it is and the bigger the case is, that starts to weigh into like, should I even bring it? So the fact that this now comes in such a small little package, oh, thank you. So let's take a look at the box. Oh, this is what it looks like. Comes like this. Just like the Phantom 4, this handle is actually the handle of the case itself. So when you pop it open, you're left with this kind of classic DJI foam injected mold, whatever it's a hard case. It's not gonna, you know, solid. Now I liken this to the Phantom 4 case. Now you can see if I put them both side by side, you'll see what they look like. They're pretty much almost identical in length. The Phantom 4 case is a little fatter, But I mean, we've traveled the world with that. I've brought that everywhere. It's Iceland, Italy, to Switzerland, to Bermuda, to Kenya, and it's fine to travel with. You just walk onto a plane, dump it in the overhead, boop, Bob's your uncle, have a great one. So taking a look at the construction of this box, very, very solid. On the front, you will note the DJI Ronin-S emblem, and then you have your standard handle and the classic lock latch that we've all come to know and love on the same drone cases. You flip that bad boy open, give her a little push, and it pops open to reveal the contents of said case. And ooh, like, just look how nicely packaged this is. If you like gear like I do, and that doesn't just like get your crank going, like, whoo, look, just, it smells good too. You know when you open packaging sometimes and you're like, what the? Oh, this is not the case. This passes the test, okay? So, I mean, everything comes perfectly nestled. So, now comparing this to other Pelican cases on the market, like the big Pelican that I've brought with me on different trips before, check out the size difference. I actually brought that Pelican to Iceland, checked it onto the flight, paid like an extra $100 for like oversized cargo, dragged that into a Defender, mobbed it onto the black sand beach. Like it is no easy task. It's actually sitting up there because I can't get it down, it's so heavy. So to be able to just have something like this instead, you're not rolling it away, you're just picking it up and going. It's the convenience factor of this alone makes it worth the price. Speaking of price, you're gonna pay a cool $699 US for this, opposed to some other things in the market that can go for $5,000, $8,000 and up US. That's, I don't even understand. I actually don't understand. So, popping this open, let's go through the contents real fast and get you guys, boop, familiarized. First up, accessory pack. Stick this right here. Instead of the little bag that the accessories used to come in with the Ronin M, now you've got like a little branded DJI pouch. Unzip that pouch, and inside you have a couple different dividers. You have your charging cable, you have your Allen keys, your quarter 20 mounts, bunch of different mounts. You have your riser plates and your lens supports and all the different cables to connect from the camera to the gimbal so you can actually hit record and focus and those sorts of things. All of that stuff included in this little pouch, good to go, zips up, sits in that case nice and clean. So I'm a big fan of organization. So when I see something like that, I'm like, ooh, it makes me really, really happy. Next thing up, you have the stand. Now the stand I really, really like because it feels great in the hand. It's got these rubber grips throughout, so it's really nice to hold. You're not gonna slip with it, and then that turns into the base that actually lets the gimbal stand on its own. So instead of having the old one, the one you see here, now it's just this, and it condenses to this, and that goes in the case. So huge fan of that. Now this connects to the grip. The grip is also shared as the battery. Oof, this is awesome. These batteries are rated to last 6 hours. And if you're actually operating a gimbal for 6 hours, congratulations, you're a beast. It's very, very hard to do. It hurts my back operating something that long. So the fact that this lasts 6 hours is pretty much everything I would need. You've got a battery indicator on the bottom. You tap that once, that'll show you how much battery life you have. This has 2 thread mounts on the bottom, depending what you want to screw into it, be it another monopod to really extend that gimbal out to get crazy creative shots, or you just plug this in the bottom like so, and that kind of acts as your grip. You're holding it both with one hand and the other, or vice versa, which then lets you use the actual joystick on the gimbal itself. So that is kind of like, this is like your police baton. You're walking to your car at night, and just in case, oh, I've got, no, don't use it, it's for the gimbal. Okay, moving on to the gimbal itself, this is the money, this is the brain, this is the device that does it all. These are the brushless motors, this is the control. You've got your focus wheel on the side that it comes with. I think they're putting out some software updates that'll work with a whole myriad of lenses, if you will. Look at that, just brimming lexicon today, just rattling off dope words. This will end up working in the future. I think it might work with some lenses now. I'm not 100% on that, but I know the compatibility for this is something that's going to be updated probably frequently. That's awesome that it comes with it. It's not an extra, it's on there from the beginning. Super cool. Almost hit me in the face. But you've got your gimbal, your grip is charged, you've got your stand on the bottom, it slides on with ease, and then this little lever on the side just locks it into place, and you're fully set up. And then you have the tripod here to set it down if you want to let go for a minute. And then when you're ready to shoot, that comes down and you've got this really nice, really easy, solid grip. Like when you hold this for the first time and you feel how ergonomically, you know, correct this is. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. It just feels good. Like, you know, you pick something up and you're like, yes, that it feels right. Another really cool thing with this gimbal is they've offset the motor on the back. A lot of these gimbals have the motor right in front of the back of the screen. So you're trying to like, where's the, do I have the shot? But like they've actually offset the motor on this down so you have full access to your screen. So you can pull focus while you're shooting. If you're using like a Canon camera and you can touch screen to focus, you can actually touch the screen as you're moving to get like crazy rack focus moving shots. Like these are things that you would have needed a massive crew to do before that now you're just doing on your own with stuff that you just pulled out of your backpack. 2018, yes please. So let's see if I turn this around. You'll see how this motor right here is offset. So if my camera was sat up here, my face would be like the back of the screen. It's not obstructed with the motor in front of my face. So that's just like, that just seems like common sense. So the fact that they have that in there makes it so you don't need an external monitor. You're looking directly at the back of the screen. Whew. And the most impressive part of this gimbal for me is the weight capacity. This can hold nearly 8 pounds, which is absurd, right? You think the 1DX weighs, I think, 2.5 pounds, then you put a lens on there, like you're not even near the weight limit. So I'm pretty sure this could balance the C200. I saw on their Instagram profile the other day, DJI had a red camera balanced on this, and the fact that you're able to balance payloads of that weight on a handheld gimbal is just, it just shows you how far things are coming. So that's just very exciting for me. I've never been able to have a handheld gimbal like this that's been able to hold the 1DX flawlessly. I had it balanced within 5 seconds. It'll rotate it completely up, down, like it's super easy to do. It has an auto tune feature because this connects to an app that you can download on your phone, which is the Ronin app, and you can tweak all those smoothness settings and everything that you need to get this exactly to your tweaking. That's done through the app, and it's very, very easy to do and takes no time. It connects right away, just like any other DJI product. So far, I'm super excited with this. Now, I know you might be saying like, Pete, we wanna see footage, like we wanna see some of the stuff you're shooting with this, what the heck? I basically just opened this brand new unit. So I do want like a week's time to go through the features and go film some examples of stuff that you can do. So on part 2 of this video, I'm showing you like the nitty gritty, like what this thing is actually capable of. This video is more of like a, hey, this exists, look what comes in the box, this is what you get for $6.99. Kind of like an overview. So I really thought that splitting this into 2 parts was the best idea. Now, another thing that comes in the box is obviously the plate that connects to the camera that goes on the gimbal. And I'm pretty sure by the looks of it, and I just tried it on a couple mounts, it's Manfrotto compatible. So being able to swap out different cameras that already have the plates on them without having to unscrew, put the new screws in, put the new, like that gets tiring. So the fact that they've made this plate compatible by the looks of it, super awesome. And that is this little jobby right here, just perfectly nestled in the side. Boop. And then lastly, in the box, you have your power brick that they include that you plug the cable into to charge the gimbal itself. Boop. And you're pretty much good to go. That is the contents of the new DJI Ronin-S. So stay tuned for part 2, where we're gonna actually take this gimbal outside, show you all the new features, the tips and tricks, and why it is essentially taking filmmaking to the next level. Fun fact, all the B-roll of the gimbals and all like those B-roll shots that I'm getting that you're seeing in this video were shot with another Ronin-S. So those nice, cool camera moves, that's, you know, just a small taste of what this thing can offer. So that's it, guys. That is your first look. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate your time. Hit that like button if you like this video. Smash it if that's something that you're into, 2018 style. Subscribe if you aren't already. And I will see you guys in part 2 of this video. Thank you so much. Take it easy. Goodbye.